all represented here, back with another Honkai Star Rail guide. And today I'm here with a 2.7 updated guide on how you should build your Firefly on the upcoming second half 2.7 rerun. This video is going to be taking you over her kit Eidolons, then taking you over her best Lightcones, best Relic sets, best Ornaments, and then the stat recommendations on the Relics for both main stats and substats. With this video, I now have a full build guide for every single 2.7 character, so if you're summoning on any of those, you can check out a video on the channel for how to build them. Sunday has an in-depth guide that you can check out right now. Jiaoqiu is also out, so is Fugue/Tingyun, and you are now watching the final character being Firefly. Yep, that's all I wanted to say. If you guys find this video helpful, dropping a like would be greatly appreciated. If you're new and haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell icon for future videos like this, along with all other types of videos. And if you know anyone that may need a Firefly guide, please make sure to send them this video so they can learn how to build her. And let's get straight into the video. So Firefly is a fire character following the path of destruction. Her basic attack deals fire damage equal to 100% of Sam's attack to a single target enemy. Her skill consumes HP equal to 40% of this unit's max HP and regenerates a fixed amount of energy equal to 60% of this unit's max energy. Deals fire damage equal to 200% of Sam's attack to a single target enemy. If current HP is not sufficient, reduces Sam's HP to 1 when using this skill, and advances this unit's next action by 25%. Ultimate enters the complete combustion state, advances this unit's action by 100% and gains enhanced basic attack and enhanced skill. While in complete combustion, increases speed by 60, and when using the enhanced basic attack or enhanced skill, increases this unit's weakness break efficiency by 50% and break damage dealt by Sam to the enemy targets by 20%, lasting until the current attack ends. A countdown timer for the complete combustion state appears on the action order bar. When the countdown timer's turn starts, Sam exits the complete combustion state. The countdown timer has a fixed speed of 70. Sam cannot use ultimate while in the complete combustion. As I mentioned, you do gain access to enhanced basic attack and enhanced skill, and the enhanced basic attack restores HP by an amount equal to 20% of this unit's max HP and deals fire damage equal to 200% of Sam's attack to a single target enemy. The enhanced skill restores HP by an amount equal to 25% of this unit's max HP, applies fire weakness to a single target enemy lasting for 2 turns, deals fire damage equal to 0.2 times break effect plus 200% of Sam's attack to this target. At the same time, deals fire damage equal to 0.1 times break effect plus 100% of Sam's attack to adjusted targets. The break effect taken into calculation is capped at 360%. For talent, the lower the HP, the less damage received. When HP is 20% or lower, the damage reduction reaches its maximum effect, reducing up to 40%. During the complete combustion state, the damage reduction remains at its maximum effect, and the effect res increases by 30%. If energy is lower than 50% when the battle starts, regenerates energy to 50%. Once energy is regenerated to maximum, dispels all debuffs on this unit. For a technique, leaps into the air and moves freely for about 5 seconds, which can be ended early by launching a plunging attack. When the duration ends, plunges immediately and attacks all enemies within a set area. At the start of each wave, applies a fire weakness to all enemies lasting for 2 turns, then deals fire damage equal to 200% of Sam's attack to all enemies. For bonus traces, or A2, during the complete combustion, attacking enemies that have no fire weakness can also reduce their toughness, with the effect being equivalent to 55% of the original toughness reduction from abilities. For A4, when Sam is in complete combustion with a break effect that is equal to or greater than 200%/360%, attacking a weakness broken enemy will convert the toughness reduction of this attack into 1 instance of 35%/50% super break damage. And A6, for every 10 points of Sam's attack that exceeds 1800, increases this unit's break effect by 0.8%. And finally, taking a look at her Eidolons. For E1, when using enhanced skill, ignores 15% of the target's defense, and the enhanced skill will no longer consume skill points. For E2, while in complete combustion, using the enhanced basic attack or enhanced skill to defeat an enemy target or break their weakness will allow Sam to immediately gain an extra turn and will trigger again after 1 turn. For E4, while in complete combustion, increases Sam's effect res by 50%. And her E6, while in complete combustion, increases Sam's fire res pen by 20%. When using the enhanced basic attack or enhanced skill, increases weakness break efficiency by 50%. Taking a look at Firefly's best Lightcones, her best one is going to be her own signature Lightcone, which provides you a 60% increase to break effect. When the wearer deals break damage to an enemy, inflicts routed on the enemy lasting for 2 turns. Targets afflicted with routed receive 24% increased break damage from the wearer, and their speed is lowered by 20%. Effects of the same type cannot stack. So this Lightcone is going to be the best for damage output, as it gives you a really nice increase to break effect. On top of that, will make enemies take 24% increased break damage, which is going to be practically her entire source of dealing damage, and will also make enemies attack you less as you're lowering the speed. since break characters don't really need anything else, specifically Firefly when she mainly just focuses on break effect, break damage, ignoring defense and speed. The only thing this Lightcone could offer is some more speed, but as it lowers enemy speed, it can let her get another turn before they go again. So that's a good thing about it, but again, it gives you a really nice increase to break damage that they will receive, and also a really nice increase to break effect, making your break effect look a lot higher, and letting her hit the thresholds that she will want to hit, making this her best option. Another fantastic one is the free-to-play Herda Shop Lightcone, which when the wearer attacks, increases their attack by 8% in this battle. After the wearer breaks an enemy's weakness, damage dealt increases by 12% for 2 turns. And at S5, it does become 16% attack and a 24% increase to damage dealt. I did just say the stats that mainly did help the break characters, which did not say attack, which is true, but Firefly is a unique one because the more attack she has, as she does state in her bonus trace, the more attack you have, the more you can actually convert to break effect. So getting a certain amount of attack above the threshold will let you convert that to break effect as well, which makes this Lightcone pretty powerful as well. So it gives you 16% that can stack up to a lot, which will equate to more break effect. And then the last part, when you do break a weakness, which it's a break character, so you'll do that often, you pretty much will permanently have a 24% uptime to damage dealt, which isn't the craziest, but it's still noticeable, making this her best second option. Now, unfortunately, the only other relatively good option is the Indelible Promise Lightcone, which gives you a 28% increase to break effect, and when the wearer uses their ultimate, increases crit rate by 15% for 2 turns. You completely ignore this part because Firefly does not care about crit whatsoever. And at S5, it gives you a 56% increase to break effect, and then once again, a 30% increase to crit rate is nice for any character that was not a break character, but you just ignore this part, but it's mainly just a 56% increase to break effect as a stat stick. Unfortunately, this is practically the only other viable option you can use, as it does give some break or accessible source of something, so it's pretty much signature at the top, then Herda Shop Lightcone, then this one. Running anything else is very much not recommended because Herda Shop Lightcone, you can easily just get it, it's free, you just buy it. Or if you're maybe working towards that and you might have one of these, you just slap this onto her until you get the other one. Past that, practically every other Lightcone is not recommended to be used. So these are the 3 options you're kind of stuck with. Moving on to the best relic sets for Firefly. The far and none best one you can use is 4-piece Iron Cavalry, which the 2-piece gives you a 16% increase to break effect, and the 4-piece, when you have 150% or higher break effect, you ignore 10% of the enemy target's defense when dealing break damage to them. And if you have 250% or higher break effect, the super break damage they deal to enemy targets additionally ignores 15% of the target's defense. So ignoring defense is practically the other best source that someone could have if they are a break character, and this relic set provides just that. 2% also gives you more break effect, so that's going to be really nice as well. And Firefly is able to innately deal super break damage, so even if you're running some wonky setup that does not have Harmony Trailblazer or the upcoming character Fugue, you will still be able to have full access to this, assuming that you have 250% or higher break effect, which you will want on Firefly. Overall, this is the far and none best option you can do. You can also do 2-piece of the Thief set, which the 2-piece gives you 16% break effect, and the 4-piece gives you an additional 16% break effect, and when the wearer inflicts weakness break on an enemy, you regenerate 3 energy, which overall doesn't really matter since you're going to be in your ult most of the time anyways, so the energy you gain won't really do anything. It's just for the 32% increase to break effect you would get. And so that also means the only other options you can really do is combining 2-piece break, 2-piece break. So one of the 2 sets mentioned, and also 2-piece watchmaker, is just 2-piece break, 2-piece break. And since you're going to want a relatively speedy Firefly, even though she does give herself a bunch of speed in her ultimate, you still want a lot of speed. You can combine one of the 2-piece break sets and add 2-piece of one of the speed increasing sets, so Relieved Ordeal or Hacker Space. This is much less recommended, but maybe you don't have any thief pieces around, or maybe you don't have any of the break ones around, you can only do a 2-piece, then it can work, but 100% recommend to farm 4-piece Iron Cavalry as soon as possible. If not that, 2-piece break, 2-piece break, and then if you still can't do that, then you would have to resort to 2-piece break, 2-piece speed. For her Planar Ornaments, the best one, far and none, is going to be the Forge set, as it does give you a 6% increase to speed, and when the wearer hits an enemy with fire weakness, the wearer's break effect is increased by 40% for 1 turn. And as she is able to implant fire weakness when using the enhanced skill, you will practically always have this up. You don't have to worry about the battle not having fire weakness because you can take her into a battle that does not have fire weakness and you will implant it anyways. So you will practically always have this set up, making it far and none her best option at all times because it gives you the 6% speed. And as I mentioned, break characters love speed, Firefly loves speed, so that's really nice. And then the big increase in break effect that you'll practically always have. If you're still farming for the Forge set, or you maybe just not want to farm it at all, you could also just use Talia, which gives you a 16% increase to break effect, and when you have 145 speed or higher, you get an additional 20% increase to break effect, giving you a total of 36% break effect. Overall, especially on Firefly, this is a downgrade to the Forge set, as you're not getting any speed and you're also getting 4% less break effect, but it is still comparable because it's only 4% less break effect, and if you already have a bunch of speed to the point where you just have what you need, then you don't really need an extra 4%, but still Forge pulls ahead for the most part, but once again, you still could use Talia and it would be completely fine. For the main stats on the relics, usually break characters don't really matter what you give them for the body and spear, but Firefly specifically, for the body you want to have attack percent, since once again her bonus trace converts the attack that she does have above a certain amount to break effect, so having the main stats be attack percent where you can is very much going to be wanted. For the feat, you want to have speed, for the Planar sphere you also want to have attack percent, and for the link group you want break effect. For the substats, first you want to focus on speed until you have about 150 outside of complete combustion. And so in battle, while you're also in combustion, you want to make sure you have about 210. That is the most optimal way you can actually have that. And it's relatively achievable as complete combustion gives you a ton of speed. So for the most part, you practically just want to have around 150 to 155 speed outside of being in complete combustion, and once you do go into it, you want to make sure you have around 210 speed. Past that, you want to focus on break effect, getting as much as possible, and then obviously past that would be attack percent, since you can still convert the attack percent into break effect, so getting more attack rolls will help you get more break effect in the end, but mainly speed until you get around 150 outside and then 210 in combustion. And then you're going to want to stack as much break effect as possible, and past that, attack percent rolls are welcome because they are converted to break effect. And yep, that is the full build guide for Firefly. Once again, if you found this video helpful, dropping a like would be greatly appreciated. Subscribing and turning on bell icons so you do not miss future videos like this is also very much appreciated. And yep, once again, if you have anyone that may need a Firefly guide, send them this video so they can learn how to build it properly. And yep, once again, hope you found the video helpful. Peace out.